Okay, well so here we are on a blank level. Now before I go on to the creation, there's one really cool thing what I wanted to show you, and that's emotion. So the Sackboy that you see is actually your online avatar, and you want it to represent you. So we want players to be able to emote. So you'll see here we've got Sackboy. Now I'm moving around the 6-axis, and I can look around. Okay, he's actually a little bit bored. So what I'm going to do is just by simply tapping the D-pad, I can make him smile. Okay, I move again, he smiles more. I move again, and he's really happy. Okay, now if I move his hands, he's giving a peace sign because he's so happy. Now, as well as being happy, he can be sad. So if I tap a few times, and now he's giving a thumbs down. That's how sad he is. Okay. So he can be happy, he can be sad, or he can be angry. And he can be really angry, and when he's angry, he clenches his fists. And finally, he can be a little bit nervous, like we were before we came on stage. And as you can see, his arms are trembling and his knees are rocking. Okay, so this is great for players when they go online to, if somebody's messed up, somebody's done something wrong, if they want to express their emotion a little bit, they can put the character in whatever pose they want. So, one of the cool things about Little Big Planet is that you can create, but you can create not just on your own, but you can create with other people, either on the same PlayStation as you with another pad, or online. So Leo's going to come on, and he's going to help me create the start of a level. So Leo, perhaps jump on these. Okay, but what you'll see straight away, unfortunately, we both look exactly the same, because we're both the naked Sackboy. So we're going to customize our characters so we can see who's each other. So the way we do this is with an in-game creativity tool called Popping. I simply press a button and out pops Popping. This character here is this icon here is just for character customization. The first thing we do, I'm going to create a monster. So I'm going to select my base color as green, and then I'm going to give myself a head. And these are all things which ship in the game or that people can create themselves. So I've given myself a monster head,
which is taking a moment to load. As you're playing through the game, you'll be able to find Easter eggs which will enhance how many objects you have to play with at any given time. Initially, you'll only have maybe 8 or 10 colors, and you'll gather more as you go along. And
okay, so
we have an issue.
Yeah, it's not final software. I do apologize.
And we're coming out this fall. Thank you very much. So as you're playing through the game, you'll be gathering these Easter eggs, which will enhance the Poppet system. Anything from different fabrics and materials to objects you can put in your person, or what you're made out of. And these are all going to be placed throughout the developer levels. You play through, you gather all of them, and then you can make every single level that the developers have made.
Okay, so sorry about that. I'll try and as quickly as possible get back to where I am. We're not yet at alpha with the game, so there are some problems with it. If I could get my screen back up, I'll be able to just go back into the game. So the game's actually going to launch fall this year, so we've still got plenty of things to do. One of the next things what we're doing is a beta trial, which we're going to open up hopefully to some press as well, where we're knowing that people will start actually getting creative before we even launch the game. So when we hit the community, we'll actually be hitting with levels which have already been built. Okay, so very quickly, I'll just jump straight back in. So we'll resume back from where we are, and we'll just quickly customize our characters.
Got something, Leo.
Okay, so I'll just zoom in so you can see us. So I'm this little monster dude here.
And everybody can guess who Leo is.
Leo's very appropriately gone Elvis. Okay, so now we know who we are. I'll give you a little wave. What we're going to do now is we're starting building our level. So the first thing that we need to do with the level is we need to give it a background. So again, I open up Pop-It, my creativity tool, and I'll select the background. Now, the game's going to ship with lots of backgrounds, and we'll be giving out further backgrounds beyond launchers, downloadable content. So I may decide that I want to set the game in the desert. I'll just show you a couple of different ways how we'll do that. It might be that we go for maybe a New York alleyway, such as this. Okay, so we've got a New York alley, or alternatively, I'll just show you one other. We might choose a Japanese Zen garden for a little bit more tranquility. But because we're in Nevada, I'm going to go back to the desert and we'll start building there. Okay, so one of the things what we really want to do with Pop-It, the creativity tool, is we want to make it layered, but we want to make it really, really easy to use. We know that gamers are creative. We want to put some simple tools in their hand where they can be creative and they can make great, fun experiences what they can share together. So the first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you how easy it is to make a simple object. First thing I do is I'm going to select the square and I'm going to select my base material. In this case, I'm going to choose wood. So I select the square. I can then scale the square, make it as big or as small as I want, and I can rotate it as well. And then I can place it into the world. Come back out, and you'll see now it's actually physically in the world with physical properties. So I don't want a square though, I want to get a rectangle. And really, really simply, I just select the cutting tool, which is whatever shape that I want. In this case, I'm going to use another square. I can chop the corner off like that. Okay, but I'm going to make a rectangle, so I will just chop that. Okay, so now I've got the rectangle that I need. I'm going to use the top icon, which is the edit tool.